So I'm really excited, ladies and gentlemen. So this is my first English interview, I must
Wow.
say. And it was nobody else than Jamie Cullum. So there could be Paul McCartney, and right after Paul McCartney, there's you, man.
You're very kind.
No, it's really,
Dankeschön.
there's everything's true, and I
Ich
really,
spreche Deutsch ein bisschen.
I know that. And the funny, beautiful thing is that everybody I told I have this interview, they were so jealous, and you know how many fans you have all over the world.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you.
Successful people who run companies who say, he can always come with whatever. So, you know, that's so beautiful. And I show you later how many people know you.
Oh, that's great.
I'll
Thank
show
you.
later.
I appreciate
So
it.
we need to talk about your beautiful new record. I just heard 2 songs because it's released on the 7th of June this year. And it took you 5 years, so it's a special record, I must say. But it's your 8th record. So does it start that you copy yourself in songwriting? Or?
Well, you know what? I think at the beginning of this 5 years, I probably was doing that, actually. And I have to say, I wrote about 7 or 8 songs that at one point, about a year into the process, I threw them all away.
Could I have one? Or half?
You can.
Okay,
you can.
we'll talk about this later.
But you know what? They didn't feel like they were representing me as the man I was becoming, I guess, as a 39, nearly 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
And I felt like I needed to work from a different place of authenticity and honesty. And actually what I did was I stepped away from writing for this album for a while, and I probably spent a little more time investigating myself and my relationship and my family history. And actually, after I'd spent a little bit more time on my life and my just being a father and a husband and a person on planet Earth, I came back to songwriting for this album and started from the very beginning again, started with no songs. And I benefited massively from having spent a lot of time writing my thoughts down over those years. It was quite a turbulent time, actually. There's a lot going on in my personal life, and the songs are all really born from lyrics first. So in a funny way, when these songs arrived in my life, they didn't feel like copying myself at all. They felt like a kind of a completely fresh version of myself. And now that the album's finished and it's ready to come out, it feels even more special, because I feel like I'm presenting something so much that's a part of me in a way that I've not done before. And that's a really, really exciting, kind of vulnerable feeling, but an exciting one.
So the record is called Taller. So my question is, why is the album not called Refreshingly Untall? Because it's edited in one interview.
It's not as catchy.
And it's not as catchy. Okay, you made your deal. You need to have short lines or whatever. So, but it's so beautiful. Did you know that the half of Napoleon's army was 1.62 meters?
I did
Really, it's great. It's unbelievable. So you're 2 centimeters higher than 50% of the army of Napoleon.
Well, there you go. You know, there are a litany of albums that artists make when they're kind of reaching should we say, the middle of their life, if we can call 40 the middle of their life.
Yes.
It's a natural time when you start to look back a little bit more and see, you know, what brought you to where you are. Particularly for me, since I had children and now they're a little bit more grown. I've been with my wife for 12 years now, and you know, the metaphors for growth are many, you know, and for me,
Wiser,
exactly, you know, taller was the one I wanted to own, because I've been teased my whole life about being short, you know, so it's like, why not take this metaphor, you know, to grow taller and talk about what you need to do when you become a man, an adult, this need for emotional maturity if you're to survive this crazy adult life.
But we both have a beautiful luxury to live our dream, you know.
Yeah.
And you're turning 40 on the 20th of August, and you're afraid of?
No, I mean, I have an interesting relationship with age, because people have always thought I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know, actually, maybe when I was 12,
I stopped when I was 15.
Well, you see, you could probably always grow a beard. You know, I still can't grow one, but I feel lucky to have lived quite a, should we say, kind of crazy life in my 20s. And I wouldn't say it's like everything kind of calms down and you just get all mature and you go to bed early. It's not that. It's more that I appreciate the accumulated wisdom of being older, and that feeling that you get where you don't need everybody to like you. You have a confidence in what you do, not because you think you're the best, but because you think, well, I can only be me. A lot of these things start to kind of fall into place. And also everything is just everything is more interesting because you don't sweat the small stuff in quite the same way. And that's very, it feels to me a great sense of freedom. But I know my older friends, my mentors, as you were, from my father to other people, they say this kind of realization just continues as you get older, as long as you value the right things. And for me, those values are, you know, family and friends and you know, being surrounded by good things as opposed to, you know, kind of throwaway kind of crap things.
You're always telling in interviews you can't read notes, like Paul McCartney said.
Yeah.
You can't read notes, you just can hear it or hear them. And how is your conscience against real studied musicians? So it's like, you know, the people go 8 years, they go on chess school, and you know the chess clubs where, you know, everybody needs to be cool and they smoke pipes with 18.
Well, I can do the pipe bit.
Yeah, little pipe bit.
You know, we were having this conversation just today at breakfast with my band. So we were having breakfast. We were all hungover.
It's a little bit unfair.
And someone in my band said, you know, sometimes I really wish I hadn't gone to music school and I'd just gone straight into playing and more vocational stuff because I feel like I spent this whole time kind of learning music and stuff that I didn't necessarily want to learn. And like, I listen to him play and I go, I can't believe what he can do on his instrument, right? And I say, I wish I'd gone to music school. And actually the truth is, your path is your path. And now I'm starting to learn. Exactly, you know, you find yourself where you are, and I think as a musician, as long as you're approaching with passion and honesty and an application that is the ultimate goal is to be able to express yourself on your instrument. And you know, there's a great piano solo on this Isaac Hayes tune, which is 10 minutes long, called Hyper something, I don't know. I can't remember the name of the song, but the piano solo is so untechnical, but it is so, it communicates real pain and soul. And then you can hear Oscar Peterson with all his notes and all his technique, and it communicates soul and beauty and intelligence. It's just about what you have to say.
We need to talk a little bit more about your new album. I want to push it out in the world and do everything I can. In every show I have, I do. Oh, it's not a Jamie Cullum song, it's from somebody else. When I first heard Taller and Drink, which is a beautiful, amazing songs, I love the sound environment because everybody talks about the lyrics. When the people ask me in the interview, so and then you wrote this, and 2 years ago you wrote that, and it's about music, so we're musicians. And so the sound environment is amazing. The drums is like Troy sitting somewhere here, or Brad was playing it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Troy on the record because we made it mostly. We made it mostly in my studio and his studio.
Alrighty.
In a very kind of contained. We had a few where we were all in the room, but mostly it was just me and Troy kind of playing together. And you know, we recorded a lot to analog tape as well, particularly the drums, which I think is the answer to some of the real warmth on the record.
Beautiful,
as well,
and you can always use Troy's special snare. You know,
you got it.
It comes straight to the chorus.
You got it.
And the strings environment just to keep lines and everything. And you know, as a producer, you say, okay, maybe it's too much, but you always bring it down, and it's just, you know. This morning I've been to the airport and somebody was an announcement, and you are one of these voices. You can sing over the airport announcement system, and it sounds amazing. So, you know, and I know you have good stuff, good microphones and everything, but the new record, it sounds really fresh to me. Although I know all your stuff, I grew up with your music. It was all my brothers, everything. It was a nice story when you recorded the DVD in Blenheim.
Yeah.
Blenheim?
Blenheim. Blenheim, you say Blenheim.
Blenheim.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. You're 25, you've been there? 25 years old?
Yeah. I think that was, I was 25, 26,
God.
yeah. But it's really interesting you mentioned the sound of the record because I think I spent a lot of time feeling very intimidated in studios. And, you know, obviously I started recording in an era where home equipment, you know, laptop equipment, home recording was still very, you know, you had Cubase and things like this, but you know, not many people had like really good preamps at home and really good microphones. And I was just getting started. But now, after these years, I have a real, much deeper understanding, and I've collected good gear over the years.
251,
Exactly. Well, this microphone, you know, which you know I've used again and again, but also knowing which preamps to use. You know, a great old Neve channel I have.
Yes, I have two,
yeah.
Holy Grail.
This is a really, and understanding this means that you can record a vocal, not just at a great, you know, audio fidelity, but also you have an opportunity to record a vocal in such an intimate way. So there are some vocals and piano takes that you'll hear on the album. It's just me in the room on my own, just pressing record, going over to my piano and my microphone and recording. No one else in the room, not even thinking whether it's the performance, just recording, whispering into the microphone. And I think that can add to the quality, that intimacy with no one else, no one behind the glass, no producer in the room, no, you know, record executive in the next room, no money ticking away on the clock, you know. Yeah.
I thought I'm more Scottish than you, but the thing is, like, because I'm from South Germany, and it's a prejudice that they keep their money together, like the Scottish or whatever, and it's really so beautiful. Like the Song Society, which is another beautiful project, and in 1 hour, so this is really, it's unfair against real musicians, and really was it. And then you have this beautiful where The Lost Things Gone.
The Lost Things Go, from Mary Poppins, yeah.
And it was it was 1 hour you recorded that on the piano.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's just.
Thank you. Well, it's a beautiful song.
capture-
Mark Shaman, who wrote that song, I think is beyond
But all
genius.
music sounds better with you. So what?
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's
well,
really.
that's very kind.
If it's a Rihanna song, whatever, so you will hear it more often. You heard it before.
But you know, interpretation, I think, is something that, particularly in the pop world, people think of it as a novelty.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, for me, interpretation is not only instruction in songwriting, but it's an art form, and I think you should be able to take a great song and improve it. That should be the job of any singer songwriter, really. You know.
Okay.
You know, Bon Iver singing "I Can't Make You Love Me" by
Yeah,
Bonnie
but
Raitt.
you need to have actually the skills, and you have a Champions League monster band, and
Well,
you don't have
that's
a set
definitely
list.
true.
Yeah, that's definitely
they
true.
are monsters.
And you keep them awake because you don't have a set list.
You come tonight? You come to the show tonight?
Of course,
Great.
I would love. I would
Great.
cut half a finger to come. It's amazing. So the last time I see you in Bochum, and then it took me 10 years to see you because we're always on tour. Since 5 years, we played 140 gigs
Wow.
a year. So it's less now because I have a little baby, so she's 2 years
Sure,
old.
it's
now.
harder, huh? Yeah.
It's harder. So a couple of days ago, she said, "Papa, please don't leave."
Yeah.
You remember that sentence when you heard
Do you know
it?
what I do, and I have to say that you know, my kids are 6 and 8 now, and I have. It's partly the reason why I have not been on tour so much in the last few years. Many of the people on my social media say, you know, why have you not come here, come there? It's because I've got young kids, and it's hard to leave. And I think, you know, right now, hopefully they'll stick around for when I go back out there again. But you just have to do everything slower and you know, remember your priorities, I guess.
Yes, of course, but it's you know, to make a career and to have the balance thing with your family. I think if you keep that in balance, that's the best that can happen to you.
Well, it's also the holy grail, though, huh?
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't care what job you have. To find balance between your
Yes.
work and your family life is very hard.
Totally right. So we meet us at the bar later on to talk about this later. So. You know, it was really funny. I was sitting in an ice cafe in Cologne, and there was a jazz guy, Jazz Bone from Germany, and he's a very good drummer. And I told him about you. 20-something was released very early, and you know, it was the time Nora Jones, and so it was all at that time.
Yeah.
And I said, that guy is amazing, and I told him that I saw you at the Popcom in Cologne, the last Popcom there. You were playing there, and he said to that time, that's not real jazz, and that's, you know, it's poppy, and it's not quite the right thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, the beautiful thing is, because I always had the flag right here, and I love you know, music is an emotional thing, and I think there's nobody on the planet to keep that flag up, like bring things together, bring different genres together, like you do, and So actually, it's no question. It's just
No, I mean it's interesting though because I had a chance to look through some old interviews I did way back at that time, and I had a lot of the way I was marketed, you know, was as a jazz musician, and I see it seems from the very first interviews I did, I said, look, I love jazz, I love to play jazz, but I'm not trying to be like Keith Jarrett,
Yeah,
you know, it's like
yeah.
that's not what I do. You know, I'm a songwriter. I love pop music. I love rock music. I love hip hop music.
Yes, of course.
I'm bringing these things together with a jazz umbrella, and you know, and always kind of repping other musicians who are really good and stuff like that. So I kind of understand that. You know, if you're a jazz purist, and you know, these days, God forbid if you're a purist, man, there's so much good stuff out
Yes,
there.
of
But
course.
I notice a lot more these days. You know, the young musicians are loving, you know, they're loving, you know, great old jazz, new jazz, but they're also loving like Calvin Harris and Kendrick Lamar and like, you know, across the genres. And I think there is less preciousness about this these days, particularly with the younger musicians.
But you reached that one goal, so you are your own trademark. You know. So when we in the studio, when we try to make one piano lick and you keep it, so you say, maybe you can do Jamie Cullum style. So it's like Sting or Ed Jones. You're already there, you know, and you can't go farther than, you know, you don't come further than. And so so I saw 200, at least 200, I don't know how many, beautiful videos, and I saw 2010 you had this amazing concert. I think it was Royal Albert Hall, the BBC.
Yes, for the proms, yeah,
For the proms.
yeah, with the orchestra.
And you know, just to be there and not where, you know, just to concentrate and doing your thing and this beautiful band and this environment. And so there was 2 or 3 looks in your face. So my question is, were your parents there?
Fun enough, my parents weren't there. They were away, but they were gutted. They missed that. But there were lots of people I loved in that audience. But I feel like there was a moment there during that concert where I felt particularly moved by the occasion because, you know, it was obviously grand.
Yes.
You know, one of the premier concert halls of the world with an incredible orchestra, playing a lot of my songs and arrangements and stuff. It was just one of those moments where I really took stock and felt like I felt kind of unbelievably lucky to be there.
It's hard to deliver and enjoy and perform at the same time.
It can be, but you know, one of the things I really try to do is not be overwhelmed by the situation, because I think you owe it to the opportunities you are given to not go, oh my God, I'm too frightened. It's like, once you're there, you've got to take it on and do it.
All right.
Have the nerves later or before.
I need to learn that.
Well, me too, sometimes.
So we had this, you played the White House gig, so you played the chess gig in front of the White House.
Yeah.
There was a German dude with you, it was Till Brunner.
Till Brunner, yeah. Yeah, we played together.
How came it together? So like?
Well, it was a day called International Jazz Day, so the idea was to have, you know, jazz musicians from all over the world representing jazz, and the president at the time was President Obama.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
And he's a music fan, you know, he's a jazz fan, so it was put together by someone I know. And, I mean, it was the most extraordinary situation to be a part of. I could not believe I was there.
But you nailed it. You really nailed it.
Well, thank you so much.
No, really, Jamie, it was amazing. Like, because you know the pressure that comes. It's like Ronaldo in front of the goal, and it's like if you hit that ball, you win the World Cup, and it was like this.
Well, that's kind of you to say so, but you know, to be playing in the presence of not only Obama, my wife was there. Aretha Franklin was sitting side stage. Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Esperanza Spalding, Kurt Elling. You know, I was.
You were getting a list afterwards.
I was really overwhelmed actually, and my wife was amazing that day. She said, "Look, just go and do what you do. That's what you do, and enjoy it." She said, you know, you'll never have this opportunity again to play for the president. And this president. Exactly. Because if the next president is going to ask you to play, I think you're going to turn it down.
Maybe too. And because it's a beautiful thing, because you love Germany and the Germans love you, and it's a really amazing audience. We just play 3 countries, but I know they're amazing. And they love you. And you had this beautiful situation for Udo Jürgens. He's not alive anymore.
Yeah, I remember.
He was really cool. He was an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
And, but you made this song. yeah, it's like, you know, you just polished everything and you
Oh,
made your
thank you.
thing out of it.
Thank you. It was a real honour to do that actually on that show because it was. I felt like I was part of the, part of the country for a few minutes.
Yeah,
You know?
you were.
Yeah, thank you.
And they were sitting, all the high society, they were crying, and all those guys, I worked for them as an audio engineer for 10 years.
Yeah.
Now we see us as colleagues, which is amazing, and they're all sitting there, and it was so beautiful to see because it was a beautiful spot, and Udo Jürgens, he was really moved.
Yeah.
It was not easy to move him.
Well,
that's
that's wonderful that you say that because obviously I didn't know him, but I met him that night and he seemed like a real cool guy.
He is a cool guy.
Yeah.
So now we come to the point. So I need in this my little new radio show, and you were the motivation because you have your BBC show, and
Cool.
I said, hey, that's a cool idea.
Excellent.
And so what I did, and I had a little TV show a couple of years where I met beautiful artists, and it's called Milestone, and I just telling their stories and we sing songs together. And I had one surprise song, and I said, okay, I need to keep that for the radio show. So now it's really my heart maybe is louder than my voice, so I need to sing a song, and maybe you know it. I hope you recognize it.
Okay, I'm excited.
Please join in with the microphone if you know that song.
Okay, and if I don't?
If you don't, then leave me just fucking it up.
Okay, all right, it sounds good.
So, I hope you are brief. You did that before, yes. You played for the president. Come on, and the 92 birthday
Of the Queen, yeah, crazy.
Man. Okay, I try. I'm all at sea.
Hey, I do know this one.
No one can bother me. Got my roots, if only for a day. Just me and my thoughts, sitting far away. Like a warm drink that seeps into my soul. Please just leave me right here on my own. Later on you could spend some time with me if you want to. All at sea. I'm all at sea. Yeah, no one can bother me. I sleep by myself, think on my own. I speak to nobody. Yeah. I gave away my phone. Like a warm drink that seeps into my soul. Please just leave me right here on my own. Later on you can spend some time with me if you want to. Oh, I see. I need your voice, Jamie.
I need you more than ever. Need you more than ever.
Now, you don't need every day, but sometimes don't you just crave to disappear within your mind?
You never know
What you might find, yeah. Would you come and spend some time with me? We will spend it all the time. Like a
it seeps into my soul. Please just leave me right here on my own. Later on you can spend some time with me if you want to. Oh, let's see.
Oh, let's see. Oh my God.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great
It's so-
surprise. Wow.
Oh, no, beautiful.
Oh, you play that.
No,
You
come
play
on,
that
it's unbelievable.
beautifully.
It's one of the biggest honors of my life, and
Aw.
it's unbelievable. It's a beautiful moment, and so
I'm so
thank you.
touched. I'm
You
so
have me.
touched
No,
by
really.
that. And I didn't expect it at all. What a surprise.
It was, that's always my problem. I keep, I put the level higher than my skills are, and I said, okay, I need to do it. Maybe it's the only time I gotta meet you. So I
You are wrong.
Oh,
you are
maybe.
not right.
Oh,
Don't say that. You're wrong. That was beautiful.
So, it
Thank
was-
you. It's lovely to hear my song sung by someone else.
It's a beautiful song, and it really so like that is the ocean situation right here.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful if you capture for songwriting. If you capture the moment, and if you hear that, that voicings of the piano, you are on the beach, and you are really with your own, and that's so beautiful. If the mood of the music comes together with the lyrics, and that's not happened too often. And it's a beautiful song, and you have amazing songs like. Okay, I come to that later on if we have 5 minutes left. So there are 3 questions, because I told you before that so many nice people are related to your music and are fans of
Yeah.
you. And like Obama, for example. And and the thing is, I have 3 questions, and if you answer it right, you get beautiful things.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Are you
All right.
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The first question is very easy. Who's the Chancellor of Germany? And it's not George Clooney.
It's Angela Merkel.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I know you love coffee.
I
and
do love coffee.
Every musician, the most of them, love coffee. And this is a beautiful roastery. Roastery?
Yeah, roastery, yeah.
Roastery where with handicapped employees they
Yeah.
roast this beautiful coffee, and it's a world-winning coffee. One time I came inside, they were playing a song of you
Yeah.
on the radio.
Oh, no
they,
way.
They roast the coffee beans there.
Smells so
this
good.
is your relation to that.
Thank
Try
you
it out.
very much,
You're
sir.
welcome.
That is a great gift.
Next present, because it was a hard question.
Okay. Yes, it was.
A very good friend of mine, Mauro Cardinali. He's a very good actor of Italy, and he makes a beautiful olive oil. And I know you love to cook.
Yeah.
And so olive oil is the base of so many beautiful things. I released 2 or 3 cooking books. I love cooking and
Oh,
everything.
no way. Wow.
Really, and so, this is a beautiful olive oil.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
you can get it in
These
the
are
plane.
great presents.
I know that.
Thank you.
If you don't need it, you can give it me back.
No,
so.
don't you worry. I will.
Alrighty. So the
Thank
next
you.
question, you can win more. You
Okay,
can win more.
great.
What an interview. You
Yeah,
can win
this is the
everything.
best.
And we're in Hamburg, and 1960 there was a beautiful street, the Paul-Rosen-Straße, and beautiful guys were living a couple of years behind a porn cinema screen,
Yep.
and they were washing themselves just in the in the gentleman's bathroom for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know who they are?
Are you talking about the Beatles?
Yes. In the Paul-Rosen-Straße. You want
Oh,
there, you
more
can-
prizes.
So there's one thing. This is.
Oh.
So I heard that you had some, not too often maybe, but you have some parties in the tour bus, not too often.
That's
because you
true.
need to work. And you're much more on the whiskey business. I saw
Yeah.
the beautiful film with Boris Becker.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful situation.
Yeah.
Everybody with the cell phone in the restaurant, like you were sitting there, so, come on, put down the cell phone, just enjoy the moment. So this is my favorite rum from Venezuela.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Diplomatico, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
If you don't like it, just bring Coca-Cola inside. But
No, I love rum straight with just 1 ice cube.
It's
Or no ice
beautiful.
cube with this, or?
you can do whatever if it's too warm.
Ah.
It's an amazing glass. It's you had the right question there.
Thank you so much.
So
Ah, lovely.
Diplomatico.
Diplomatico.
So next question. It's a harder question because it's a very good present. And
Oh, no.
who wrote My Way? I did it.
Yeah. Paul Anka. Is it Paul Anka?
Go. And you know from who he bought it? 1960. He bought it. He really bought the
I
complete
feel
song.
like it was a song from another country.
Yes, warm. Very warm.
Udo Jürgens?
No.
No.
But close. It's Claude François. He was a French guy, and he released it in 1960.
Okay.
And Paul Anka bought it completely.
Did I get another? Do I get half a point for that?
Yeah, you get.
okay.
You get 2 points because I don't bring it at home because it's amazing presents. So I know you are a beautiful cook, and we need to cook together. We need to cook together. And
Okay, that sounds good.
And I can't give you a knife because you know it's too dangerous. So your holy hands. I hope you insured your hands. And so
Wow.
this is a beautiful crater. But you need it all the time.
Thank you.
know,
A
with lines
microplane.
and-
I don't have a microplane.
You
This is
need that. That's the
amazing.
best one.
Thank you
So we have so
so
much advertisement.
much. I'm so
Product
touched.
placement. Yeah, you're welcome.
You
so
set
it's
the
an
bar
honor for
too
me.
high for interviews. I'm going to be like,
Yes,
you know,
I know, because maybe it's my last interview, so I need
Well,
to, you know.
Well,
just
you've outdone yourself.
throw
Thank
out
you.
everything.
Wow, and a delicious bottle of wine, huh?
And I saw you in Blenheim,
Yeah.
where you came with the wine on stage.
Yeah.
And I just need to short story. The first time, you know, I've been to a casting show 2007, and the first time we had a nightliner, so we could afford a tour bus. Everybody was paid, you know, everybody was in tour bus. I was sitting, I think 2007, 2008, and was sitting in the lounge behind and said, okay, so I had a cold beer, and, you know, I don't need to try for my own. It was beautiful after the show. And then I watched your DVD from Blenheim, and then you came with this wine glass on stage. And how cool is that? He came with the wine glass and said, he's 25. And to that time I was younger then, and it was really like, he's so cool. And I'm a huge Pomerol fan. It's a very
me
little
too,
region
yeah.
of
Yeah.
Bordeaux, and so there are 200 bottles of that left existing.
Wow.
And you, it's a very precious thing, and it's an amazing wine, and I hope you love it, and I hope you get it to England. Back
I
to
will absolutely get it to England.
So,
Thank
please,
you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Goodness
You're
me,
welcome.
I'm truly touched by all of this, by the interview.
The only thing you need to tell me is, what favorite dish you cook?
My favourite dish that I've cooked. I made some beautiful fresh pasta recently with
With a pasta machine?
Yeah, with pasta machine,
Wow.
but with beautiful fresh white truffle that are just
White truffle.
someone bought for me, which was I've got to say, amongst all the complicated things I've tried to cook, this was the simplest, best thing I've ever cooked.
Oh, beautiful. So I hope we have the chance to cook together. This was an amazing interview. I wish you so much success. I love your music. We grew up together with your music, and it was
Wow.
always my motivation to keep on bridges, to write bridges into songs, because it's
Sure.
not too much,
Yeah.
you know, and everything. So it's beautiful, and I hope we keep in contact. Amazing
We will.
people. One of the best musicians on this planet, please. Jamie Cullum. Thank you. Big applause. So.
Thank you, Shan. Oh man, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
That
You're
was
welcome.
really kind.